Trinidad and Tobago footballers have reported death threats of physical harm and racism since its draw against Mexico in the CONCACAF Gold Cup on Saturday night. Security around the team in Texas has been heightened, with FIFA and CONCACAF promising to act after the TTFA lodged an official letter of concern. Trinidad and Tobago has been sucked into this whirlpool of racism that has plagued global football. 3 times on Saturday in TNT's Gold Cup match against Mexico, this CONCACAF anti-discrimination message flashed across the big screen. The game was stopped. It was in response to Mexican fans shouting racial slurs and throwing bottles at TNT footballers. But it wasn't an isolated incident. These images are from 6 years ago, trash being thrown at Jovan Jones. This time it got a lot more serious. Head coach Angus Eve told Guardian Media on Monday, Trinidad and Tobago's football team in Miami has had its security reinforced after several players have gotten death threats after the draw. We have been told that TTFA has written to both FIFA and CONCACAF, outlining concerns of death threats, racism and attempts to physically harm TNT's players, continued into the weekend. It didn't stop at the final whistle. Mexican fans bombarded the TTFA's Facebook page and TNT Olympic Committee's social media platforms, often with verbal abuse, obscene language, racist statements, and calling TNT's footballers monkeys. It prompted T-Talk President Brian Lewis to call for quicker action from social media companies.
I would imagine that it shouldn't be that hard for them to pick up and flag these things. So from the time these things happen, they should deal with it. It shouldn't be left open for people to have to go through this.
It comes as England's Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho and Bukayo Saka also face racial abuse for missing penalties in the Euro final.
For some of them to be abused is unforgivable, really.
Australia's cricket team also came under attack from this Sky News host for taking a knee.
Our miserable cricket team, who disgraced themselves over the weekend and our entire nation by taking the knee in the West Indies to the sinister cult known as Black Lives Matter.
Brian Lewis termed it an unarmed war, and football isn't the only playground for racism.